YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Toby100, and I am here, like I said in my previous video, to do something different where I want to go through the basics of trading and different types of like lessons and lesson plans, and you know what trading is and basically how it works, what's the concepts, what are the categories, things like that. And if you haven't checked out my last video, please check it out. It'll be the one before this one, which is basically the largest market in the world. And if you can, please read this disclaimer. Like I said in my previous video, Toby100, the channel, individual, and anything affiliated with this channel are not licensed in areas of financial planning, financial advice, or commodities trading advice. So this is neither a solicitation or offer to buy sell foreign currencies. Everything is solely the individual's responsibility and decision of choice. So without further ado, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I just want to get straight to the point, and get back to the next lesson that I have planned out for everybody. If you could please give a like, comment, subscribe, and then obviously turn on the ring notification so that you could obviously be in tune whenever I drop a YouTube channel, things like that. So if you can, just please support this channel, or just comment anything you have. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, anything like that, write down a comment and I'll try my best to just reply as fast as I can. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time, and let's get straight to the lesson. This is ITX Trading Prep with Toby100. I had this previous video, ITX Trading Prep game plan. If you want to check it out, it'll be one of my second or first videos that I ever dropped. I went over this markets around the world. We go through a quick summary if y'all want to. We just talked about the different types of markets, how trading is a general skill one can learn and utilize in any market or condition, the different types of magnitudes, and obviously the value of currencies, the technologies, and then obviously an example of how exchange and trading works. So in this lesson, I want to talk about what is traded. So really ask yourself, like, trading, like I said, is a concept, right? So don't think that like it's just one thing. Obviously what I want to focus on is forex. So what I'm gonna speak on right now is the different types of markets that we spoke on the previous video and how they are traded. So first of all, forex stands for foreign exchange. As you can see right here, it's an online exchange of different currencies worldwide. It's basically exchanging money for money on a mobile device or computer. So it's basically everything online, as long as you have the technology to do it and things like that. There's something called fluctuation, which I don't know if you know what fluctuation means. Is basically like it kind of moves around a lot. It could go up or down. So as the currency fluctuates, you can choose to buy or sell currencies. So when trading, you're always buying and selling the other currency and vice versa. And what I mean by that is basically like, if you're buying the currency, somebody else is selling it, and if you're selling the currency, somebody else is buying it, and things like that. So you're always doing one or the other. And in forex, the number of pairs, because they call them pairs, and this next category, or this next little topic I'm gonna talk about, I'll show y'all the differences in the categories. So there are about 28 currency pairs split into 3 categories. What are the categories? It's major, minor, and exotic. What are the differences though? Because obviously, it's like, kind of ask yourself, what does he mean by major? What does he mean by minor? What does it mean by exotic? And if you see right here, I kind of have like a little picture of, obviously, I'll give y'all a hint. Just look at the left side, and then I'll see if y'all can see a difference before I speak on it. This next picture is basically the 28 most traded currency pairs in the forex market, whether they're major, minor, or exotic. These right here is what I mean by pairs: Euro USD, USD CAD. So it's more than one currency, so it's considered a pair. US dollar, US dollar and Canadian. For example, New Zealand and the Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound, and the New Zealand dollar, things like that. Those are considered pairs. So the difference in the categories, obviously, you start off with the major pairs. That's basically like the big bro. the big boys. So it's basically any currencies that are paired up with the US dollar, with USD. So what would be considered a major pair? You know, anything that starts with USD in this chart. So it could be Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, AUD USD, USD CAD, and ZD USD. That's basically it on this chart. As you can see, or USD Chef, or Switzerland, whatever. Those are basically the major pairs because it has the USD currency on the pair. So if y'all want to write this down, it's basically any currencies that are paired up with the US dollar. So now, obviously, if it kind of makes sense where you break it down, where it's kind of like, I don't know if you could tell what a minor pair and major pair difference is. And after this, I'm hoping you can, so that you can see obviously what a minor pair and major pair is, and then you'll see obviously throughout the lessons how important the difference of they are. Minor pairs are basically cross pairs. Cross pairs are essentially any currencies traded against one another that is not US dollar. So what do I mean by cross pairs? Cross pairs, like I said, there's only so much handful of US dollars pairs. So a cross pair would be considered like this one: Euro JPY, Euro GBP, Euro AUD, Euro CAD, Euro CHF, Euro New Zealand, GBP JPY, Aussie and the JPY, Canadian and the JPY, GBP and the Aussie, GBP and the Canadian. Those are all minor pairs because they're still currencies, but there's no US dollar in it. And remember, there's only two currencies per pair. There's never going to be a JPY, AUD, USD. It's only two currencies. So these top ones are major, 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 minor, 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 minor. And you get the idea of things like that. So those are basically the differences in that. And later on throughout the lesson, like I said, you'll see why they're so important and why people choose to go through the major pairs, obviously like the big bros. But it's not always major pairs that have volume and where you can make money. There's minor pairs where you can make really good amount of money. So consider those also like important. It's not always just US dollar, but a lot of people just like to trade the US dollars. The third category is considered exotic. So what do I mean by exotic? If you want to think about something exotic, me as a guy, when I think exotic, I think like foreign. I think like let's say like a tiger, like a something like where it's hard to reach, right? Exotic is basically all other currency pairs that include one currency not mentioned in the major and minor pairs. So exotic is basically everything that's not here. Basically, what's an example? The Mexican peso. So the Mexican peso is basically like considered exotic because that currency isn't really traded a lot, but it's still a currency, so you could trade it. That one, I'm assuming, the South African one, things like that are considered exotic, where not a lot of people obviously trade it because that's not their preference, but it's still tradable. So those are all exotic pairs. I don't think you'll see them here because these are just major and minor. But if you want to take time out of your day and then just see what kind of pairs are exotic, then you'll see what I'm talking about. Now ask yourself, what else can you trade? So what I mean by this is like, I don't know if y'all remember my last video where I said that there's different types of markets. There's Forex, there's crypto, and then there's stocks. So obviously there's more things that you could trade than just currency pairs. But what else can you trade? You could trade stocks, which is basically fractional prices, publicly traded companies. Some invest long term and some trade for a quick profit. what does it mean by fractional prices? Basically, a company puts, a little bit of their company to the public so that people could basically invest in it, trade it, or whatever. Examples for these are like Netflix, Amazon, Google, Tesla, and etc. So what else is a different type of market? Stock indexes, which is like stocks, not stocks. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard about the S&P 500s. Like the Nasdaqs, things like that, where you could like basically trade the best 30 companies in the world, top 500 companies in the world, top 100, things like that. So stock indexes essentially calculate a change in the economy or market. Some people invest in indexes for long-term gain or trade it for a quick profit. So some people could basically hold it for months, years, days, whatever they want to do, or they could just trade it quick. Within an hour, 30 minutes, they could make profits. Examples of these are S&P 500, like I said, the US 30, the NAS 100, the Nasdaq, and etc. The third topic is the cryptos. Obviously, there's a crypto market. Cryptocurrencies is essentially digital money created from code. Now one of the most popular things to invest in and trade in the markets as of this time. What is an example of that? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, now like Trump coin. I don't know if y'all heard about the Hawktua meme coin that came out and basically fucked everybody over and made them lose a lot of money where she came up. So you gotta really be careful where you invest your money into or trade it basically. But crypto is another market that you could do this in. But remember, crypto is limited, so it comes from code. Like they basically like mine it, and it's only so much amount of crypto you can find. So just be careful where you put your money at. The third, fourth thing is basically metals, like right here. You can also trade commodities such as metals. And you might ask yourself like what the hell is a commodity? Like I don't even know what you were talking about. So commodities are basically raw materials used to create products consumers buy. What I mean by raw materials is basically like physical things and things that like you can melt, things that you could buy, things like that. And examples that I give right here is basically gold, like a gold chain, silver, aluminum, copper, etc. But remember, whatever is in person can also be online. So there's a gold market, there's a silver market that you could trade on, there's copper market, and things like that. So I personally love to trade gold. That's my thing. So I'm always on the gold market online, and I have a couple physical gold investments myself. So, to each their own. The last but not least is energy. And I want you to like really think about this slide right here, because this is basically where you'll find your niche, kind of like, or not this slide, but this video, what you'll prefer trading, what you would prefer investing into, and things like that. So the last one is energy. The another commodity is energy or natural resources, in a way. So when you think of energy, you want to think of like something that like obviously helps you like with life, right? It's like energy, crude oil, natural gas, gas on the stove, things like that. So gas for your car, oil for your car, gas to cook, oil to cook. Like there's a whole bunch of different types of energies out there that one can use. But like I said, whatever in physical can also be found online. So obviously there's a crude oil market. There's a more energy like markets in the trading world. So like I said earlier, you will find what you like, whether it's forex, and whatever major or minor pair you prefer to trade, or it could be the stock market, the stock index market, the crypto market, or the metal markets. which a lot of people call it futures. So whatever you'd like to do is on your own, but this is just a little slide I wanted to go over so you can know what is traded and what else can be traded, you know. So if you could please like, subscribe, give me a comment. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll try to get to it ASAP. And then I'll look to see if I could, like I said in my previous video, upload either every other day, two to three times a week, or just at least one time a week, so we could get something started. And then hopefully it could come a long way and help y'all out. So without further ado, I'll see y'all later in the next video. And Toby 100 out.